So we're going to pick up with Butterfly Soup. We're starting with Diya in 3rd grade. I don't know if it'll play that. It probably won't because I saved right after that. All right, let's get into it. Diya, Min, and Jun wait at the horseshoe for their parents to pick them up from school. Why does it always take Mom so long to get here? I'm so hungry I would even eat a pizza with pineapple. Mom should just let us walk home ourselves. It would be way faster, especially if she buys us Heelys. But if you did that, I'd have to wait for my mom all alone. It'd be so boring. Oh, I thought of that already. We can just chat on the walkie-talkies while I'm rolling away on my Heelys. That sounds fun. The 3 of them peer down the horseshoe at the long line of cars, hoping to catch sight of their rides. My mom's car is tan-colored. They should make cars in better colors, like sky blue or pink. Yeah, I'd bet if they did, they'd sell a lot more. It's because adults are boring and have bad taste. They should sell cars with pictures of dolphins on them. Everyone would want one. Diya perks up as a beige Toyota drives into the horseshoe, but it's the wrong model. Did you hear about Barry Bonds? He's in trouble because he did steroids. What are steroids? They're drugs that make you really buff. It's cheating. I don't see why they don't let you use them. If they're so good, everyone should use steroids. Baseball would be much more fun if everyone was super strong and super fast. Suddenly, Min jolts upright and shouts as a silver sedan pulls into the curb. I see our car. Bye, Diya. Heat rushes to Diya's face as Min hugs her tightly before dashing off. Bye. Wait, that car has a side thingy under the door that ours doesn't have. Min slings the passenger side seat door open, revealing a stranger inside. Who are you? Min hastily slams the car door shut and stomps back to Diya and Jun, who are both wheezing with laughter. That was the wrong car. I told you. Diya, I think your car is over there, though. Ah. Thanks. Bye for real this time. See you tomorrow. As Diya buckles up in her mom's sedan, she peers out the window, smiling a little when she sees Min waving frantically at her outside. How was your day at school? Okay. We had to write about an invention we'd make in class today. What did you invent? A better bed that makes it so your stuffed animals can never accidentally roll off it. I thought of it because last night while I was sleeping, Horny fell off the bed on the floor. Horny? Who's that? My cow plushie. He's one of Snakey's older brothers. He was cold and alone for hours and I didn't know. Maybe you should give Horny a different name, like Moo Moo. Why? It'll be hard for him to get used to it. You must have the most loved stuffed animals in the entire world. What else did you do at school? I tried to take an accelerated reader quiz on the Boxcar Children book I read. But I accidentally clicked the wrong book, so it made me take the quiz for a book I've never read before. It didn't let you quit the quiz? What a bad design. Yeah, my classmates all tried to help me, though. Hayden read the book a year ago, but he could barely remember anything, so even when everyone's help, I got a 2 out of 10. Oh no! Mr. Armstrong said he wouldn't count it for my grade, though. That's a relief. The boy waving at you early, was that Hayden, the classmate who helped you? You mean Min? She's not a boy. Huh? The one wearing a hoodie? Yeah, she's a girl. To Diya's surprise, her mom wrinkles her nose in disgust. That was a girl? She's a freak. You should make friends with more normal girls. Huh? That's not very nice. But it's true, she looks like a boy. Stay away from her or you'll catch it too. Catch what? It's not like she's a disease. You're too young to understand. Only freaks look like that. It's bad to judge people by what they look like. You don't even know her. She's really nice to me. You don't need to know her. That's clear. There's clearly something wrong with her. She's only acting nice because she has impure thoughts towards you. What's that supposed to mean? Even if she has problems, I can tell her and she'll fix them. We're friends, so she'll listen to me. You can't change people, especially not weirdos like that. If they're bad, they're bad. It's a waste of time to try. If you can't change people, then how can she change me into looking like a boy? You can't have it both ways. You're normal, so you have to stay away from weirdos like that. I don't care if she's my friend. No, you can't be friends with her anymore. If I see you talking to her again, you're in big trouble. 6 years later. After baseball practice. Min pushes Diya against the locker while kissing her again and again. Wow, this is great. They break apart, both panting for air. A pleasant shiver runs down Dia's spine as Min grins sharply at her. Oh, you like this, don't you? Dia is too embarrassed to admit it, so she just nods, her cheeks blazing. You don't need to be shy. It's just me. I feel like I absolutely can't say it aloud, though. Sorry. Min presses a kiss to her cheek and whispers in her ear in a very low voice. Dia can feel her smiling, her breath warm on her cheek. It's okay, you're so cute when you're like this, I almost can't stand it. It's so surreal dating a friend you've had a crush on forever. Sometimes I get scared that us getting together was just a dream, and then I wake up and we'll just be friends again. But it's so real, somehow a miracle happened and now I'm her girlfriend. Min holds Dia's hand as they wait for their rides home. No one knows about us except the baseball club and maybe the workers at the dessert place we had our first date at. So we end up kissing in the locker room a lot because the lockers block the view and you can hear if other people walk in. But it's still fun. I love spending time with Min. She almost makes me forget I have a presentation tomorrow in biology. Assignments that make you talk in front of the class should be outlawed. What's wrong? You look worried about something. You can tell? Of course I can tell. What kind of girlfriend would I be if I couldn't even tell if something was bothering you? You're like a mind reader, psychic. Nah, I just know you. You got all tense and quiet. So what's up? If something's bothering you, I'll get them, no questions asked. You probably should at least ask 1 or 2 questions. Hurting people is wrong. Okay then, if someone's bothering you, I'll be really mean to them. So who is it? It isn't anyone. It's just that my group presentation is tomorrow in biology. Oh, that PowerPoint you've been working on with Akarsha and Noelle? Dia nods. We're supposed to elaborate on what we put on our slides, but I get so nervous in front of everyone that I blank out. What's there to be nervous about? You know all the stuff, don't you? Even if I know all the facts in my head, I can't improvise at all. It's hard to string words together on the spot. I always have to write out everything I'm going to say word for word beforehand and memorize it. Their conversation is abruptly cut short when a braised sedan turns into the corner of the school. My mom's here. She picks me up after baseball club if it ends late enough for her to be done with work. I'll hide. Bye. Min roughly pulls Dia close for one last kiss before dashing out of sight. Dia tries to slow her shaky breath to a normal pace. I'm calm. I need to look normal. Dia gets uncharacteristically clumsy after making out with Min, like a dog still wheezy after surgery. She staggers over to her mom's car as it pulls into the curb. I'm scared of how my mom will react if she finds out I'm talking to Min again, let alone that I'm dating her. So it's a secret for now. Dia reaches for the door handle, misses, and slams her head directly into the side of the car. What's the matter with you? Nothing. Dia hastily pulls the door open and gets into the passenger seat, trying to look natural. How's your day at school? Okay. On the radio, a woman sings to a catchy beat. I'm curious for you, caught my attention. I kissed a oh, it's Katy Perry. I kissed a girl and I liked it. What the? Did she really just say that? The taste of her cherry chapstick. We know the song. If she's allowed to say that on the radio, it doesn't break any laws. Dia shifts in complacency as her mom frowns at the lyrics. I kissed a girl? What kind of terrible song is this? Disgusted, Dia's mom changes the station. You know how in movies, superheroes have to hide their identity from their families? I'm doing that in real life all the time. The other day I saw Akarsha and her mom at Safeway. She was so outgoing, she even told me about the biology project you were working on together. I didn't know you were doing a project until Akarsha said so. Why can't you be more like her? I like knowing things about you. If Akarsha was her daughter, she'd disown her for being bi. Not that she'd know that. I never really know how to fill the silence when I'm with my mom. I don't know what I can talk about her with. She really loves me, but she comes from such a different time and culture, and talking to her feels like kind of unpredictable. Sometimes she'll surprise me by getting upset over something I didn't expect would cause problems at all. So my safest bet most of the time is just to stay quiet. It's annoying how she raised me to be afraid of talking, yet expects me to magically turn out like the child who was raised normally. That night, Dia tosses and turns in bed, anxious about her presentation the next day. I wish I could time travel to this time tomorrow after the biology presentation is already over. I need to stop thinking about this. It's making my mind race. I can't relax enough to sleep. Diya checks her alarm clock. It's midnight already, and I need to wake up at 7 tomorrow. I need to fall asleep right now or else I'll get less than 7 hours of sleep. Count sheep, take a deep calming breath. Imagine hugging Min. Sometimes when I can't sleep, I fantasize that Min is hugging me and saying nice things to me. Usually that works. Diya hugs herself with one arm and squeezes her eyes shut. Min is holding me really close and telling me I'm going to fall asleep in her arms, and she's stroking my side with her hands. Primates have hands too, and their thumbs are opposable like pandas' thumbs. These are similar features are called analogous structures. Shoot, I started thinking about the presentation again. Forget the presentation, just think about Min. Min is holding me really tight and saying nice things to me, and we're all alone together. It's just the two of us. Two birds and bats are two groups that evolved slight independently. Oh my gosh. Diya keeps trying to imagine Min comforting her without getting sidetracked, but after an hour she's more awake and frustrated than ever. There's so much anxious energy pent up in my body, I feel like running a marathon. Maybe if I release all that energy, I can doze off. Diya frantically starts doing sit-ups in bed. After a few sets, she switches to doing jumping jacks in the middle of her room. Yeah, become tired. After several minutes of frenzied exercise, Diya lies back down in her bed, her heart pounding. Phew, hopefully that didn't just make me more awake. Diya wearily checks her clock again. It's 2 in the morning. I need to fall asleep right now so I can at least get 5 hours of sleep. Diya ends up laying awake for a few more hours. Just as the sun begins coming up, she loses consciousness from sheer exhaustion. After what feels like a few minutes of sleep, Diya's alarm goes off. Diya hits her alarm without even bothering to open her eyes. I don't feel rested at all, barely got any sleep. Her morning routine includes lying in bed for 10 minutes thinking about how tired she is. Let's do it. No. I'm so anxious I feel like I'm going to explode. I don't have biology till 5th period, so I'm going to be stewing in this dread for hours. Ugh. 10 minutes pass like this. Finally, Diya drags herself out of bed and steels herself for the terrifying day ahead. Akarsha messaged me. That's normally means she's on her way to my house. Let's check our computer. Hey, Diya! What? What is that? I googled Diya the Hedgehog and that's what came up. Diya has gone offline. How can she act so normal on a day like this? I wish I was all outgoing and good at talking like her. Diya goes outside. Yo, ready to blow everyone out of the water with our amazing group presentation? No. Diya nervously strides off, forcing Akarsha to jog to keep up with her. Hey, hold your horses! Slow down, some of us have average length legs, you know. Miss Long Legs. Or should I say Daddy Long Legs? Don't call me that. You're so cold to me, bro. I'm dying here. Why would you die if you can't call me Daddy Long Legs, weirdo? So dark and cloudy today. I think it's gonna rain. Hey, Diya. What do you think? I wish real life had captions like that on TV. No clue what anyone's ever saying to me. What? What do you think happens? Oh wait, sorry, I forgot about your ear. Akarsha switches to Diya's other side so she can hear her over the sound of traffic. What do you think happens to a Teletubby when its screen gets destroyed? Why? Where is this even coming from? Have you been watching Teletubbies lately or something? What? No. It's called having a healthy curiosity about the world around us, my friend. Doesn't sound healthy to me. What kind of person thinks of destroying Teletubbies? They're so colorful and friendly. Messed up. Aw, geez. I see you're not ready for my cutting-edge Dragon Tales theory, then. As Diya and Akarsha arrive at school, Diya feels something cold and wet drop on her shoulder. It's raining! Gah, I'm heading inside. Akarsha scurries off as the rain picks up. Soon, torrents of water are pelting the ground. I still need to get my things from my locker. Let's use our locker. Noelle is hunched over in front of their shared locker and frowning at its contents. Good morning. We need to remove our books from the locker or they'll get soaked in the rain. Oh no. Won't the roof overhang block it? No, look at it. The wind's blowing the rain inward. Yeah, we're even getting damp standing right here, right now. Dia takes a mini travel umbrella from her backpack and opens it. As Dia diligently holds it over the two of them, Noelle holds her daily water bottle out to her without looking. Also, can you open this water bottle? Let's take the water bottle. Dia holds the umbrella with one hand and grabs the water bottle with the other. Don't have enough hands to open it. Dia carefully balances the water on top of Noelle's head as she continues pulling her library books from the locker. Dia grips the bottle cap with her index finger and thumbs while pressing the bottle down on Noelle's head with the rest of her hand. She manages to twist it open without spilling any of the water. I'm pretty proud of myself for pulling that off. She closes the cap and gives it back to Noelle as she slots the last of her novels into her book bag. Thank you. I finished rescuing all my water-sensitive items. It's your turn. Dia peers into her and Noelle's shared locker. Out of curiosity, Dia checks what Noelle has for lunch today. Rice porridge. Noelle really likes this. I shouldn't eat it. I don't have much of an appetite today anyway. Deeper in the lunch bag, there's a Ziploc bag of neatly peeled apple slices. Thoughtful of your mom to do that. Do what? Peel the apples and slice it. Most people just eat them whole. I guess she has to show me she loves me somehow. Since she lacks the emotional maturity to communicate it through words, she is left to express it through actions. Funny, that sounds like someone else I know. Are you insinuating that I'm the same as her? Maybe. I wish I could deny it. Does your mother do the thing too, where after you have an argument, instead of apologizing, she just silently leaves you a plate of fruit to eat? Huh? I thought it was just my mom who did that. It must be an immigrant mother thing. This is a rosin for string instruments. The first time Noelle showed it to me, I tried to eat it. Why do you have this anyway? You only play piano. It's the same kind of car she uses. She plays the cello in her orchestra class. Whenever she drops and cracks the one she's using, she leaves it in her locker, and I secretly replace it with an identical copy. How do you get it in her locker? I figured out her locker combination. She can't tell it's just new rosin. No, I always scratch out the top and mark it to make it look worn so it looks identical to the one she dropped. This is the third one. By now she's convinced her rosin is self-healing abilities. Noelle gets to such lengths just to mess with the Karsha sometimes. I don't really know what to make of it. Get your school stuff. Dia slips her books and binders into her backpack. Let's take our Valentine's Day card. It's Valentine's Day card Min made for me this year. Every time I see it, I feel happy. You still haven't taken that home? I'm paranoid my parents will find it if I do. Min says a lot of stuff in it. Even if she were a boy, I don't think they'd be okay with it. I see. Guess I have to move it out of my locker or it'll get soaked and wrinkly, though. Dia carefully slips it into the binder inside her pocket. Speaking of Valentine's Day, how's Akarsha's investigation of her secret admirer going? Awful, and by that I mean wonderful. She's utterly lost. Her list of suspects includes a random guy in her history class, a sophomore she's never uttered a word to before, and even the lunch lady who once gave her 2 slices of pizza when they were stuck together instead of 1. Wow. We really can keep this up every Valentine's Day without her realizing that it's us. Yes, as long as we don't accidentally let it slip at some point. Let's close the locker door. I'm ready to head to class whenever you are. I wish I could head home and go to bed. Let's go to class. Dia loves the sound of rain when she's indoors, especially the drum of the water on metal. Unfortunately, today she's too consumed with dread over her presentation that she's totally unable to enjoy it. Her next few hours pass in sleep-deprived haze. Dia's stomach turns with dread as she finally walks to her biology class. It's here, the period of doom. To her surprise, she finds Min leaning against her desk, waiting for her. Why are you here? You're about to do your presentation, right? I thought I'd swing by and try to pump you up for it. Oh, thanks. How do you feel? I'm so nervous, my stomach hurts. I even forgot to eat my gummy vitamin this morning. Each day, Dia looks forward to eating 2 gummy vitamins. Min gives her hand a reassuring squeeze. It'll be okay. You're gonna kill it. You're so cute, there's no way the teacher can give you a bad grade. If the teacher really graded like that, he'd be in jail. Well, if I were in charge, I'd give you an A. Anything I can do to help? Can I have a hug and a kiss? Yes, of course. Won't people see, though? It's an emergency. Min's face lights up as she eagerly envelops Diya in a tight, warm hug. Min pulls her in for a kiss, but Diya rears back when she smells cigarette smoke on her breath. Because Diya is so tall, she doesn't want Min to kiss her all. She has to do is stand up straight. Yuck, were you smoking again? Yeah. You should stop. It's bad for you. Didn't you ever see a DARE presentation in elementary school? They came to my class and it was so scary. I pledged not to do drugs or peer pressure ever. You don't think it looks like badass? No, I dare to resist drugs and violence. How'd you even start doing it? Back in Florida, I mostly hung out with this group of guys who smoked, and we'd set things on fire and do other dangerous stuff. I'm really glad she's over here with me now. But those guys aren't here anymore, so why keep doing it? It was a pain to get the cigarettes in the first place since stores wouldn't sell them to people under 18, so it feels like a waste not to use them. And I thought it'd make me look hot. You look hot when your hair's all messed up from kissing me. Not when your mouth tastes bad and I can't even kiss you. Noelle scowls as she sits down at her desk. You seriously still smoking? You need to get your life in order. I don't need to hear from you two. I don't even do it that often. Aren't you going to be tardy for your class? The bell's going to ring in about a minute. Oh, I better run. Go, I'll live, probably. Tell me how it goes later. Min sprints off. Seconds later, the bell rings. Do you think she made it? I couldn't care less. Min is so cool. I hope she stops smoking. They see people don't change, but I hope that's not true. It's so sad if it is. Another group starts presenting, and at the front of the class, Diya wipes her clammy palms on her hoodie. We're going to get called up any minute now. Diya, please try not to panic. When you're not speaking, you can hide behind me if you have to. Just don't bolt off. Okay. Can I hide behind you too? No. Not fair. How come Diya gets to, but not me? There's no reason for you to. We'll look like we're doing those dances where everyone's standing behind one person and waving their arms. And you'd better not do that horrendous British accent. Why not? It'll be a hit. More like a hit on our grade. Accents aren't proper example of divergent evolution. But we need stuff to spice up our presentation. It's drier than the Sahara Desert. So, this is a biology presentation, not a circus performance. Before Noelle can press Akarsha any further, the first group finishes their presentation and to scattered applause. Alright, it's our turn. Come on, Diya, let's do it. Diya feels like she's having an out-of-body experience as she follows Noelle and Akarsha to the front of the class. As Noelle brings up their PowerPoint on the computer, Diya hides behind her and nervously looks out at the class sitting before them. I should have worn clothes that blended in with the classroom better so no one can see me. Like, beige colored. I should have thought of that earlier. It's over. It's curtains for me. Hello, everyone. We've been tasked with reviewing the patterns for macroevolution. My bad. The audience begins to nod off as soon as Noelle flicks to the slide with an essay crammed onto it in 10-point font. Let's begin with the obvious question. What is macroevolution? To understand this, we must first consider, by the time Noelle is done droning through her last tome of a slide, half the class is asleep. Akarsha shakes her head and sighs as she clicks to her first slide. It opens to an illustration of a finch head. Alright, so divergent evolution. An explosion sound effects plays as 5 more finches with different shaped beaks blast onto the screen, jolting their classmates back awake. It's when population from a common ancestor adapts to different pressure and become more different over time. Just like how your average New Yorker talks like this, different from over here. She just switched from a British accent to a New York one. Oh well, maybe the teacher will think it's funny. You can let this slide, Noelle. Just hold it until after the presentation is over. Actually, access no count as divergent evolution. New Yorkers aren't another species from us. They're not so different than they can't produce fertile offspring with other humans. But if they keep things up at this rate, that might change. Think about it. Would you reproduce with someone who talks like this? What? I don't see how that is relevant. Just admit your example is invalid already. Oh yeah? Our Akarsha clicks the mouth. A stock photo of a gravestone appears with a slide with a pinwheel transition. What if that was your gravestone? What then? Did you add this to the presentation just to use as a comeback? The class giggles as Akarsha clowns through her slides, but Diya's stomach churns as they stare at the front of the classroom with renewed interest. I don't want to be here. I just wish I could time travel to 30 minutes from now. And with that, I pass this over to my buddy, Diya. When Diya doesn't move from her hiding spot behind Noelle, Noelle steps to the side, exposing her to the audience's view. Diya takes a deep, shaky breath before quickly rattling off the speeches she's mentally rehearsed hundreds of times over the past 24 hours. Convergent evolution is the independent evolution of similar traits in the species that are only distantly related. For example, giant pandas have 6 fingers, and their thumbs are opposable like primate thumbs. These similar features are called analogous structures. After barreling through the slide in a matter of seconds, Diya quickly flips to the next one, her hand shaking it with nerves. Another example of convergent evolution is birds and bats. Birds and bats are 2 groups that evolved flight independently. She manages to zoom through the rest of her presentation in about a minute flat. After the classmates give a tepid round of applause, Diya follows Noelle and Akarsha back to her seat in a daze. Well, at least it's over with now. It's over, I'm free. See, that wasn't that bad, was it? Actually, it was. Think I'll be quiet for the rest of the day to recover from that. After school. To Diya's relief, the weather clears up just in time for baseball club meeting. Sakura goes up to bat and Diya readies herself to catch Min's next pitch. Besides Min's signature knuckler, the only other pitch she knows is a fastball. It's pretty mediocre compared to her knuckleball, so she rarely uses it except during practices like this. Min hurls one of his fastballs at Sakura. Sakura flinches as she gets drilled on the shoulder by the baseball. Ow! Oops. You okay over there? Yeah, I'm good. I don't think I broke anything. Walk it off. At least if this were a game, you'd get to head over to the first base as a consolation prize. Wait, so getting hit is like a free pass to first base? It's not free, it hurts. Sakura walks off, rubbing her shoulder. Akarsha eagerly takes her place at the plate. Min throws her pitch her way. But instead of swinging her back, Akarsha perfectly leans in towards the ball. It narrowly misses her, and Diya manages to recover from her surprise in time to catch it. What's wrong with you? I'm becoming a hit-by-pitch specialist. If I can master getting beamed as much as possible, it'll guarantee I always make it to first base. Why would you do that instead of just hitting the ball? Hitting the ball is so fun. Hit me, I know you wanna. Stop making this weird. Homophobic hate crime? What? The B in LGBT stands for baseball, just saying. Yeah, I think the B is for bitch. Having lost her patience, Min beans Akarsha on purpose. Owie! If you keep this up, the B in LGBT is going to stand for broken bones. After practice, Diya slings a big equipment bag over her shoulder and hauls them to the locker room. I'm being so helpful. I hope someone notices how many bags I'm carrying. Wow, Diya, you're carrying 2 bags at once? Thanks for helping. Diya happily heads up the hill with a spring in her step. Say, Diya, do you watch The Bachelor? Bewildered, Diya shakes her head. What is that, a show? I don't watch much TV except sports, Animal Planet, and the Discovery Channel. So when people talk about movies and shows, I usually don't know any of them. You should try watching it. We need more people to talk about it with. My mom and I started watching it this season, and we're obsessed. What's it about? Basically, 30 women try to date the same guy at the same time. Each week, the guy eliminates one of them until he proposes to the last one standing. My mom would definitely never watch that with me. She'd be so scandalized. Your mom likes watching shows like this? Yeah, she's the one who got into it first. She's spread it to us like a virus, and now we're infected too. The way you put that makes it sound like a zombie apocalypse. I wish I had something like that with my parents. I feel like I have nothing in common with them. They don't try to get you into things they like? No, not really. For instance, I initially got into baseball because my dad, well, alright, there's no nice way to put this. My dad's really weird. There's definitely could have been a nicer way to put that. Whenever he drives, he makes us listen to radio broadcasts of Mariners games. The Mariners? You're not even from Seattle. Ichiro is an incredible player, though. But he's a weirdo. The guy only decided to stay in Seattle because his dog told him to. So I would stay in Seattle if my dog told me to, too. He does grow on you. They're all such strange little guys. I think that's just your Stockholm Syndrome speaking. Who knows? Maybe it is. As for my mom, her thing is Madonna CDs. I could sing every word of True Blue since kindergarten. Isn't that the first song about teenage girl not wanting to get an abortion? I didn't say I understood every word. Maybe listening to all that Madonna did something to you as like a little kid. Excuse me, what was that? I take it back. I have no clue what kind of music my mom likes. All I know are which songs she hates on the radio. And she doesn't know what kind of music I like either, or my favorite movie, or my favorite color, or anything like that. I've known her my whole life, and we still don't even know basic facts about each other. That's so sad. I want to have a good relationship with my parents, too. Diya listens to her teammates chat about some changes out as she changes out of her baseball uniform. Yeah, don't look at my hairy legs. I haven't shaved for like 2 days. You shave that often? I just do it when it starts looking gnarly. Your hair's not all coarse and gross like mine. I have to do it every other day or I start looking like a gorilla. Girls are supposed to shave? Huh? I've always wondered why no one's leg hair is really obvious except for mine. That must be the secret. Good thing I'm wearing long pants to cover up my legs. Suddenly self-conscious, Diya inspects her arm hair. Even my arm hair is pretty obvious. My hair is just really thick and dark. There's even hair on my fingers. Is that normal? Maybe everyone's secretly judging me when they see it. After the club meeting, Diya gets into her mom's car with a renewed determination. How's your day at school? Okay. Did the presentation go well? I think so. Just glad it's over. When I grow up, I'm going to find a job where I never have to talk to people. Diya's mom smiles knowingly and shakes her head. I'm the same way. I'm embarrassed of my accent and it makes phone calls so scary. Talking to workers in stores makes me so nervous too. Me too. I wish we could write questions on a piece of paper and they have to write their answers back too. Yes, that'd be the best. It'd be the best if you could just slip the paper through an opening in a wall so they don't know what you look like. Wow, I'm enjoying talking to my mom. I guess it's only natural that we have some things in common. I forget that sometimes. She used to do long distance running in India and she always encouraged me to play sports because it's good for my health. Maybe I can ask her about something else that's been bothering me. Emboldened by her success, Diya speaks up as they sit at a red light. Can you get razors next time you go shopping? Razors for what? To shave. My leg hair is really long. Diya's heart sinks as her mom wrinkles her nose in distaste. Don't do that. Shaving will make your hair grow back thicker and darker. That doesn't sound true. Pretty sure that's a myth. No, it's true. Shaving is a terrible idea. But all the other girls at school are doing it. That's because it's Christian culture. Our family doesn't follow those rules. Why do you want to shave so bad anyway? Are you trying to show yourself off to boys? No? You're too young. Who is this for? Do you have a boyfriend? No. Are you sure? Look at me. Good thing I can actually answer this honestly. I'm not lying. I don't have a boyfriend. Her mom scrutinizes Diya's face for a moment before turning away, seemingly satisfied. Good, because you need to focus on school. The right time to date is in college. That's when you'll be able to find a nice boy who meets all the requirements. Requirements? What requirements? You know, just the regular ones. Someone who's Hindu like us, doesn't smoke, and has a high income. Yeah, and I definitely can't tell her about men. What if I want to date someone different, like a non-Indian person? No, a white person wouldn't understand our culture. Plus, whites do drugs and don't know how to save money. Just remember, no BMWs. Yeah, not gonna say that. That's so racist. I don't even want to know what she thinks of Korean people. What you want is so unrealistic. How can you immigrate to a country where there's less than 1% of the population, where we're less than 1% of the population, and expect me to marry it the way you did in India? It's not unrealistic. My friend Himaja's daughter did it. You're not any less pretty or smart than she is. You can find a way to. It's not that easy. I can't control who I fall in love with. If I fall in love with someone who doesn't match your criteria, I'm not going to turn them away just for you. No, that's not right. If you marry a waste fellow, what will other people think? What does it matter what other people think? My opinion should be the most important one. No, this is bigger than just you. You have to consider how it affects everyone like your parents. If you marry a white man, everyone will think you're a self-hating Indian and your parents didn't raise you with the correct values. It already looks bad enough that we let you quit Carnatic music because you wanted to play baseball. So you're asking me to give up my whole life in exchange for 10 seconds of approval from some aunties? I had to marry with my parents' requirements too. Just because you put up with mistreatment from them doesn't mean I should put up with the same thing from you. Mistreatment? I turned out perfectly fine. How can it be mistreatment? I don't think you turned out fine at all. Your way of thinking is about this, that's the way of thinking from Christian countries. Indians aren't like that. We're not so selfish. Well, this isn't India. I'm American. What? You think you're white? It doesn't matter where you are. You're still Indian. You have to honor our culture. Why do I have to follow the rules of a country I've never lived in before? As long as you're under our roof, you will. This is an Indian household. Could it be that my mom thinks people don't change because she doesn't change? It's like her opinions are frozen in time from 20 years ago when she left India. And they never shifted to match the world around her. They're just stuck. They spend the rest of their tribe in stony silence. Diya hits her alarm and flops it back in bed. Her morning routine includes lying in bed for 10 minutes thinking about how tired she is. Let's do it. Ugh. Suddenly her bedroom door squeaks open. I need to head out early today. Here, I'll put your lunch into your backpack. Diya's blood runs cold as mom unsits her backpack. She sees the Valentine's Day card. Diya bolts upright and snatches her backpack from her mom's grasp. I'll put it in myself. Why are you being so secretive? I can't even look at my own child's backpack anymore. I'm not a baby. I should get to have privacy too. Diya's mom sighs and puts her bagged lunch into her backpack. You know, it's really hurtful that you hide everything from me. You're so quiet. I wish you would talk to me like my friends' kids talk to them. My friend's son even tells them about the girl he likes. He tells them everything. It makes me sad. I wish I could have that kind of relationship. You think I wanted to be like this? I didn't just decide not to talk to you all on my own. What are you going on about? How are you not able to get two and two together? I want to be able to talk to you too, but I don't feel like I can. Every time I open up to you, I regret it. You always have some bad reaction to something I say. Huh? Like what? Like the time I told you about my friend and you said I wasn't allowed to talk to her anymore. What are you talking about? That never happened. Yes, it did after school when I was in 3rd grade. 3rd grade? You really go through life collecting pointless grudges from years ago? How can you use something I don't even remember to argue against me? How can two people perceive the same conversation so differently? To me, it was one of the worst memories of my life, one of that still affects me how I act around her every day. But to her, it was an uneventful car ride. I need to give a different example. You didn't only make mistakes in the past, you never change. Like yesterday, I asked you to buy razors for me and you lectured me about dating. I'm your mom. I'm supposed to say no when you want something that's bad for you. If your own parents won't tell you what you're doing when you're doing something wrong, who will? Of course you're supposed to stop me from doing really bad things. But I feel like you think your only job as a parent is to lecture me every chance you see. Sometimes I just want to have a normal, non-negative conversation. What do you want me to do? Just keep my opinion to myself and agree with everything you say? If I were your friend, sure, I could do that. But that's not my role. I'm your mother. I'm supposed to help you. Tears welled from Diya's eyes in frustration. Oh great, not now. I hate how I can't argue with anyone without crying. You think you're helping me, but all you're doing is giving me anxiety. I feel like every time I speak to you honestly, I'm punished for it. So speaking my mind is punishing you? How can you not allow me to say what I think? How do you think that makes me feel? Both of them freeze as the doorbell rings. It's Akarsha. I can't let her see me like this. Yo. Diya flings open the door and darts past Akarsha. Whoa. Homie, wait up. Diya ignores her and sprints down the sidewalk. The frantic slap of flip-flops and concrete behind her gets louder and louder until suddenly a hand grabs her forearm. Gotcha. Diya reluctantly slows to a stop and lets Akarsha catch her breath. Ha! What's with you today, you sane bolt? Got into a fight with my mom. Diya wipes her tear-stricken face with a sniffle. She gave up her whole life for me. I'm the person she loves the most in the world. But we can't even have a normal conversation without hurting each other. It's just sad. It takes a few seconds for Akarsha to recover enough to choke out a response. Bro, that sucks. Do your parents know you're bi? Sorta? We haven't really had that conversation yet, but they definitely know I'm a little funky. How do you think they'll react when you tell them? I don't know, but they're pretty open-minded, so I think they'll get over it. Lucky. My parents will freak out if I come out. but I feel like a bad gay person for hiding it. Why? Instead of trying to educate them, I'm living a lie. Dude, it's not your job to educate your parents if it'll ruin your life. The gays aren't gonna come arrest you. It's not bad to like worry about surviving first. Sooner or later, we're gonna get caught, though. We're so bad at keeping things secret. And if I want to live with Min someday, that's going to be impossible to hide. Especially since we're going to move really far away. Huh? Where are you going? Don't know yet, but somewhere far from her parents, so she doesn't have to see them unless she wants to. When we do that, my parents will notice I'm gone too. Yeah, but by then you'll be an adult. They won't be able to stop you from doing anything. But they'll still be really upset, and I don't want that either. They'll get over it eventually. Dealing with Desi parents is like 5 stages of grief. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. You don't know that. My parents aren't like yours. Do your parents really love you? Yes. Then it's still the same. It might take ages, but they'll get over it eventually. Like in baseball speak, you're not trying to hit a home run off a single pitch. It's more like a 9-inning baseball game. You gotta be in it for the long haul and wear them down over time. Is that the best I can hope for, though? I wish I was closer to my mom. But it's hard to feel loved by someone who doesn't really know you. It's like our relationship was built on air. There's nothing there because she's always loved a version of me that doesn't exist. When they're waiting at the crosswalk, Diya takes a chance to dig a tissue out of her pocket and blow her nose. It's not even like my parents are as bad as Min's. They're not violent or abusive, and they try to support my interests. My mom was never trying to hurt me. She just doesn't know any better. In the grand scheme of things, I'm spoiled. I live in a nice house, and my mom cooks me delicious food every day. But it still hurts to think about the kind of parents I could have had. Akarsha smacks Diya on the back as they near the school. Come on, dude, cheer up. 10,000 gay people are born every second. In the time since you've left your house, 3 million gay people drew their first breath. That can't be right. If people were born that fast, the population would go by billions every month. Where'd you get those numbers from? I made them up for dramatic effect. Hey, Diya. Do you think it's possible for a baseball player to mold their hair into a huge bowl shape and use it to catch the ball? No. Diya shakes her head. Why not? What do you mean, why not? It would look so dumb. But it'd be so convenient. How would they fit the batting helmet over it? They can mold their hair into the batting helmet shape when they're not on offense. What kind of weirdo would do that? Akarsha grimaces over the reach as they reach the school campus. I have this huge cramp from chasing you earlier. I'm all sweaty now, too. Not my fault, get in shape. I'm gonna go wash off and take a tinkle. Can you not say it like that? Not say it like what? The tinkle thing? Too descriptive. Unfortunately, Akarsha is already out of earshot and saunters off without answering. Let's use our locker. As she opens her locker, Min comes up behind her. Good morning. Min taught me that phrase a long time ago. It means hi in Korean. No, it does not. Maybe she's touched that I still remember it. Diya laces her hands together. I like teaching each other all these phrases. It's like a secret code. Yeah, we can even say romantic stuff without other people knowing. Like spies. Min brings Diya's hand to her lips and presses a kiss to her knuckles. Nah. Min is so romantic. She's like a prince. Suddenly, Diya realizes how close of a view Min is getting of her hand. I have hair on my hands and fingers. She's going to see it. Diya frantically wrenches her hand out of Min's grip. Huh? What's wrong? I guess Min likes me for so much nothing bad's gonna happen if I tell her. There's hair on my hands. I don't want you to see it. Min looks utterly dumbfounded. What? They're hairy. My arms too. When I wear short sleeves, you can see it from far. Really? I never noticed. I thought Min of all people would have noticed. She spends so much time staring at me. I'll show you. My leg hair is even worse. Diya nervously rolls up her leggings to reveal her hairy legs. I mean, yeah, I see it now, but it's just hair. I'm glad you're not grossed out by it, but still makes me feel better to shave it. I won't stop you, but you really don't have to. You're drop dead gorgeous with or without it. Like, think about those poodles you like. The ones with the curly hair. Carpet dogs! Yeah, whatever you want to call them. They have fur all over their legs, don't they? Doesn't it look so bad and weird when people shave their legs bare? Yeah. How's your like hair any different? It's just a normal part of you. It doesn't make you any less cute. I guess that kind of makes sense. It makes total sense, and the other way around that doesn't make sense. It's the other way around that doesn't make any sense. It really pisses me off when I notice all the crap the world tries to force on girls. Min gets really fired up when she talks about this stuff. Like this leg and armpit shaving shit. And making them think they have to like pink and have long hair. If you have a brother like I do, the difference is really obvious. It's all fake. Min is so smart. Thanks, I feel a little better now. Good. If anyone makes fun of you for it, I'll hurt them. I mean, really, really, be really, really mean to them. No one's around right now. I really want to kiss her. Diya leans in and Min catches her lips in a fierce kiss. When they break apart, Min looks very proud of herself. Notice anything different? That was a really nice kiss, but I have no idea what she's talking about. I got rid of the rest of my cigarettes. You threw them away? No way. Sold them to some junior for $15. That's not good. Well, at least it's not me smoking them anymore. That's true. Was it hard to quit? I mean, it's not like I was addicted, so it wasn't that bad. I was a little worried she wouldn't listen, but now that she did, I feel almost guilty. Thanks. But I feel a bit bad I made you change just for me. Huh? You didn't make me do anything. I decided to quit because I figured it'd make me happier if I got to kiss you more. Noelle kept sending me these annoying as heck studies, gloating that she was going to live longer than me too. Honestly, if it's worth it just to make her shut up about it. But still, if you weren't dating me, would you have quit? I guess not. But isn't that what people mean when they say a couple's good for each other? Like they bring out the best in each other? Oh. I guess people do say that. I'm happy you quit. I'm just not used to it being listened to like this. I mean, I'd be a pretty bad girlfriend if I didn't care when something was bothering you. I know you do the same for me. That's true. I can't believe that worked. I'm glad I said something. But isn't it common sense that you can't change people? Huh? That sounds so cynical. But sometimes it does happen. Sometimes you want someone to change and they won't. I mean, I guess it's technically true. You can't change people. All you can do is tell them how they make you feel, and then it's up to them to change. Some people will make you leap for it, but others won't. Yeah. I think I just need to make my peace with that. I'll always make that leap for you. Even if it's from a car to a truck while they're still driving really fast like in the Matrix. That sounds scary. I hope that never happens. But I wouldn't get hurt at all. And I'd look really, really cool doing it. You already look cool doing normal stuff like pitching. Why this? Diya's heart rate quickens with excitement as Min pulls her into another kiss. Diya shudders as Min slips her hand up her shirt, sliding her warm palm across the small of her back. Is this okay? Min's hand is hot against her bare skin. Once you get over the initial shock of it, it feels nice. Want me to stop? Diya shakes her head, hiding her burning face in the crook of Min's neck. Min withdraws her hand, looking uncertain. I'm not going to do it unless you want me to. I just need to spit it out. It's not fair to always make her guess whether I'm having fun or not. Even if she's good at it, I need to help her out sometimes. It's just Min. Nothing bad's going to happen. Please don't stop. A wicked grin crosses Min's face, sending a rush of heat through Diya's body. Good, then I won't. May I please get my textbooks? You're blocking the locker. Sorry. That evening, Diya is doing her homework when her bedroom door opens. Her mom silently places a bowl of mango on Diya's desk and leaves the room. Diya nibbles the fruit and continues working on her assignment. Ooh, who's next? Ooh, Min. Okay. We are gonna pause here because it has been 49 minutes, and we'll pick up with Min next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye.